Is our phone spying on us? It's a question that has been raised frequently in recent years. Today, I'm here to provide some insight on this topic. There have been numerous reports about smartphone apps collecting personal data without user consent. However, this doesn't necessarily mean that your phone is spying on you. Most of the data collected by apps is used for targeted advertising or to improve the user experience. This data can include your location, contacts, browsing history, and app usage. But, it's important to note that this data is usually anonymized, which means it's not tied to your personal identity. Anonymized data is still valuable to companies as it can be used to build profiles of user behavior. However, it's important to remember that this data is not personally identifiable. So, what can you do to protect your privacy when using your smartphone? Firstly, you can review your app permissions regularly and only grant access to the data that's necessary for the app to function. This means that if an app doesn't need access to your camera or microphone, you can revoke those permissions. It's also important to note that many smartphones have privacy settings that can be adjusted to limit the amount of data that's collected. For example, you can turn off location services or limit ad tracking. You can adjust these settings to suit your own preferences. However, it's important to note that some data collection is necessary for certain apps to function. For example, a weather app needs your location to provide accurate weather forecasts. It's up to each individual to decide how comfortable they are with the amount of data being collected from their phone. It's also worth mentioning that some apps may request permission to access your phone's microphone or camera for legitimate reasons, such as making a video call or taking a photo. However, it's important to review these permissions carefully and only grant access when it's necessary. In addition to reviewing your app permissions and adjusting your privacy settings, it's important to keep your smartphone software up to date. Updates often include security patches that address vulnerabilities that could be exploited by hackers or malicious apps. It's also important to be mindful of your surroundings when using your smartphone in public spaces. Be aware of who may be looking over your shoulder or listening to your conversations. Avoid entering sensitive information, such as passwords or credit card numbers, in public spaces. So, while it's true that some apps collect data from your phone, there are ways to protect your privacy and ensure that your phone isn't spying on you. In conclusion, it's up to each individual to decide how comfortable they are with the amount of data being collected from their phone. If you want to stay up to date with the latest developments in technology, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.